I didn't understand the severity of the transition from being an active duty military member to a civilian. 22 veterans commit suicide every single day.
You were a part of this big community where everybody understood you, and then you become just alienated.
Every decision you make from now on is only going to impact yourself. It's a big, wide world, and you're only out there by yourself.
You know, I felt like I had a solid plan, felt very strong and assured of what I was going to be able to do. And before I knew it, I was in a position where I was sleeping in the back of my truck.
Those new students, fresh out of the military, they've lost that structure that they had.
People don't realize like the sense of loneliness, because you don't just lose your day-to-day job, you lose your community, like your family.
Veteran Resource Center is there to mitigate that.
The Veterans Resource Center here at Palomar is a center on campus for our veteran and military-affiliated community. We offer services such as tutoring, academic counseling, behavioral health counseling. We have a peer-to-peer mentor program. We offer a student lounge where students can come hang out, eat their lunch.
It's such an easy transitional space. It's low stress. You don't have as much high demand. And there tends to be more of that small town vibe, that smaller, community where you find a little bit more connection.
Where it's just very accepting, where people feel like they can come to us for anything they need, really.
It was surprising by how much warmth there was in the Veterans Resource Center. It was very similar to what I had in the military.
Our VRC is mainly staffed by our student workers who are either veterans or military-affiliated community members.
It offered me a great part-time position here. Definitely a place where I could figure things out with a lot of help from people who have already been through the process.
It's important, just as a human in general, to have a group that you can relate to so that you don't feel alienated.
I found my passion at Palomar 100%. A couple individuals, in the VRC and, students here were the direct link for me to try to get into politics and public service.
Palomar really was one of my big supporters. The military really matured me, but where I really grew as a person, as an intellectual, is Palomar, and within that community at that VRC that we created.
It's really important that we have a strong sense of community among veterans in any aspect, but especially when you talk about opportunities to better each other and ourselves.
One of the first things that we're taught is that you never leave anybody behind. When you transition out and you transition from active duty to veteran, that passion to ensure we're never leaving anybody behind stays. If you're struggling, then we're gonna help carry you through.
We want our veterans to succeed. I want to succeed. I want everyone else around me to succeed.
So we take pride in how we take care of our students.
I know how hard it is transitioning out, and I think the VRC is full of opportunities. I would want them to grow in the same way I did, experience the same thing I did, have the same support that I did, and all the opportunities that Palomar has to give.